Hello and welcome to another episode of Internet Marketing Revealed. My guest today is Dave King. He's a full-time online marketer who's based in Sunderland in the northeast of England here in the UK, although he doesn't sound like he's from the northeast. So I'm going to have a chat with him about that in just a sec. He's been online for quite some time now, for the past 14 years, but he's recently had a breakthrough overall. He began an online journey into high ticket affiliate marketing in January 2021. And that enabled him to quit his sales job. He's been involved in the sales industry for the past 26 years, but he quit his job in April 2021. And after just a few months, he then progressed from just being another affiliate marketer to creating and selling his own products, his own training, his own coaching. So he has had something of a 6 to 7 month period. So I'm really looking forward to having a chat with him today and finding out exactly how he did it. So first of all, welcome to the show, Dave.
Thanks, Davey. Thanks for having me on, Matt. I've been looking forward to it. I really have.
Yeah, me too. I've been following you quite closely over the past few months, and you've made some incredible progress over the past, well, I suppose coming up to 12 months now. And
Yeah.
I'm really keen to find out how you're doing it all. But first of all, I'm intrigued. You sound like you're from the London area. So, out of all the places you could have chosen in the world, how did you end up in Sunderland?
I was born in Essex, sort of brought up around North London. Big Arsenal fan from my sins. I went basically, cut a long story short, I went travelling. I went around Australia for 2 years. I lived there and Thailand for about Thailand, Laos, Southeast Asia. Come home late 90s, and I got itchy feet again. So I was working for a company in London that was based in Newcastle, which is just up the road from here. Loved Newcastle. I was younger then, money on the hip then, as well. And I fell in love with it. I just thought, this is great. I'm going to move up here. So I moved with my job, worked my way up to sort of head of sales within a short time, in head office in Newcastle. Um, After a couple of years, I was thinking, I'm ready to, I don't know, I was missing my football too much. My family was down there at the time. And I met a girl, and we had my boy. Um, the apple of my eye, and I split up with his mum when he was about 2, but there was no way I was ever leaving him. He's to this day, he's just turned 18 now, and he's the reason I've stayed up here for 21 years. And that is what. And then I met a girl from Sunderland and married her, and here I am, still up here.
So you're never going to move back down south then? You've planted your
I don't think
roots
I can afford
firmly.
it, David, to be honest. It's so expensive, but I do like the way my dad. I lost my mum last year, so my dad, they lived in Spain. He's moved here, so I've got him near. I'm near my boy. So yeah, like I say, the only thing I miss about London is going to the Arsenal, but I still go away, so I'll get all the Northern games.
Yeah, surely you're not missing it too much at the moment, though, given some of the results that they've been having recently.
I don't know, 10 in a row. We've won, we've not lost. So we're turning the tide. I still not going to hold my breath. We'll get in Europe, but we'll see. We'll see. Like
Yeah,
yourself, big Cardiff fan, you take the ups and downs.
yeah. So you've never been tempted then to switch allegiances to, well,
Absolutely not.
Sunderland, surely not, or even Newcastle. Now they're the new money team in the Premier League.
Absolutely not. If it was a choice of the two, which I never would, it'd be Sunderland over Newcastle.
Tell us about your sales background then, because you said that you left a sales career of some 26 years, which couldn't have been a decision that you took lightly. But was sales something that you always wanted to do when you were younger, or was it just something that you fell into?
Um, it wasn't what I wanted to do when I left school. I think I did fibrous plastering. We had all the royal jobs like Buckingham Palace, and we did all the enriched cornice. They went bust in the recession, I think about 89, 90, show me age here, 89, 90. I then done a computer course, I think, and then I went traveling. And when I was in Australia, I was selling sportswear, and I thought, blimey, I quite like this. It's quite a buzz. I'm quite good at it. So when I come home, I was doing advertising space in Tottenham Court Road in London, and it was a game changer. I mean, the commissions were huge at the time. We didn't have computers then. It was like 97, 98. Didn't have computers. All we had was a packed lunch, an apple, and a plastic phone. And we used to go through magazines. And, because it was Debrett's Wealth of Asia, Debrett's goes out to the magazine that goes out to the richest in the world. I was picking up the phone to people like Paul Smith, asking for people like the Paul Smith, like, Paul Smith's on the phone type thing, and it was like, wow. We're dealing with like the Versace's and things like that, but it was very stressful. But when you made the sales, it was, they were at the time you'd have about £2,000 in your back pocket, which in that time was a lot of money. After a while, I met a girl in Australia who lived in London. So when she came back, I was with her a couple of years. And we wanted to get a house. So I had to find something that was more with a basic wage, and I saw an advert for travel in a call centre in Bromley in Kent or London. And then I worked my way up there. I sold well there. I was in the top 1% there, worked my way up supervisor and then head of flights. This went on till the late 90s. Recession hit again. So I moved from travel job to travel job to travel job. Then eventually in 2000, I started working for Freedom Direct, which is based in Newcastle, but they had a London office. So like I said earlier, I worked my way up the ladder quick there. Eventually, I turned the Sunderland office round at the time, and then he asked me to take over head of sales at Newcastle, the main office. And then I was head of sales there for 10 years, and where I did the part that I loved the most was the sales training people and coaching. So that was always my calling, I think. I love coaching. I just, when I'm doing it now, I just seeing people get results is like me getting results. I've always had that buzz of the sales. Freedom Direct went under in with many companies in 2009. I tried gas and electric, hated it, hated every second of it. Then I went home working for myself in travel, and the money was brilliant. I worked for Love Holidays. And then Magic Breaks, which is Disney in the last couple of years, which I wasn't keen on. And then I just got the stage. Thomas Cook went bust. So I got out of travel and went into waste disposal. It was only something to pay the bills to get me over COVID. My missus was starting her own new business as a microbladist, which she's doing well at now. So I thought, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I lost my mum last August, and it was a real eye opener for me in terms of I've got to do something with my life now. I'm 50 this year, and I just thought I can't do this for the rest of my life. With all the skills over the last 14 years, I've accumulated, make mistakes, I'm treated as a hobby. I needed to take action, and high ticket affiliate marketing always caught my eye. So I threw myself and invested in a program. Wasn't the best program, but I went all out while I was doing my 9 to 5, studied it. I had a good idea of social media marketing. I do websites. I've stopped doing it now. I don't get the time, but I do websites for local companies as well. And I just threw myself into it, really learned it. I was making sales pretty quick.
So you kind of had this turning point then that you thought, right, I've done sales now for 26 years. I need to do something different because you don't want to be working for somebody else for the rest of your life. So was the high ticket affiliate marketing then, was that the first thing that you got into, or had you had some experiences in online marketing prior to that?
Yeah. I started off way back in 2000. I remember I wrote an ebook. Some bloke, um, we didn't have Facebook or that then. I wrote an ebook. That was in about 2002, actually. I think that was my first go. Then I left it. Then I went from Amazon. Then I went to affiliate marketing with Amazon, made nothing. I think I made 34 cents once, but I think that was my mum that bought it. Then I went from, you name it, book flipping. I did countless Shopify stores, but I found with the Shopify stores, I love setting them up, the creative side of it, but got bored when I'd set them up. Thought this is not what I want to do. So I was having the shiny object syndrome. It was on average about every 3 months. I'd come up with this concept in 2018. Me and my missus set up a dress shop called Curvy Bell, and that went really well. And she did the modelling for the dresses. It was like vintage dresses, and we made 6K in our first month. We didn't make 6K, we turned over 6K, but the profits were just so low, and I just couldn't be. It was the posting of things, it was the admin, it was people sending things back, and I just thought, we both thought, I can't be doing with this. It's got to be something better. So I kept trying. Never really touched on affiliate marketing, but then really studied it. I then set up another Shopify site. Best friend is a gay lad. He wanted to do this thing called Rainbow Rags. I designed all the t-shirts, were flying off the shelves. I did the whole website, and it was brilliant. We was getting on radio interview. He was. I was sort of in the background. Obviously, I'm married to a lady, so it was sort of his. I couldn't really get that on social media. It was like someone who talking football when they don't know nothing about football. So I was sort of in the background that and didn't want to get involved. But the profits, once you took all the Shopify fees out, once you took everything out, we're making all this work for about $3 to $5 per sale, even if they like multi-bought. So I sort of handed it back to him. I said, just keep the profits. You don't have to pay anything if you do make anything. He's now doing that on his own. And that is the turning point for me. I do all my wife's social media. I do ads for her, even though I don't do ads in my business, because for my business, I don't touch ads, organic only. So it was from there that I wanted something high ticket. I wanted something that at the time that I could just concentrate on helping people and pass it to someone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so even when you were doing the t-shirts with Shopify, it sounds like you were enjoying it. You were enjoying the creative side of it, but perhaps not so much that the actual running of the business. Then the setting everything up and posting things out, dealing with all the returns, all of the stuff that people who are selling these Shopify courses don't really tell you about until you actually get involved with it.
Print on demand, especially because it's just no profit in it for me.
Yeah, so you then took your first tentative steps into affiliate marketing or high ticket affiliate marketing. When you first started going through some of the material and understanding how all of that worked, I mean, how did that feel then? Did you think, yeah, this is what I'm meant to be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big thing with, I know it's very cliche, but it was, I admire anyone that goes out there, especially online, and goes and makes something of themselves. My experience and with my passion, if I could go out there and help them, I know it's what I want to do. And then I sort of had affiliate marketing is really, especially the high tickets. I'm not, you're more of a fan. The low ticket um, there's a lot of coaching in it as an affiliate marketer. Um, so I enjoyed that. I love content writing. I love it. Um, I love getting my view out there, giving value, and I found it was a part I was good at. The sales part obviously come natural. So my conversion was very good on the people that I brought on board. And chat messaging I wasn't that good at first. But when I did decide to get my own offer, I invested in what he's known as the godfather of chat message, which is Miles Stutz, who is a phenomenal coach. And I've learned with what I had before, I wanted to give my clients the best of the best training, which they're getting now. And that really improved my chat messaging. The method what we use now is just second to none, and you'll find a lot of the coaches out there use his method. I've sort of found out, but that's how I got to it. So every part of it, I loved. I love the one platform. I don't use any other That's a lie. I use YouTube for doing my Facebook videos, so it's an easy link to to send out free training with.
Yeah. So just to go back to the chat messaging there. So when you're doing the chats, then are you doing those chats live, or have you set up some kind of chat bot to handle things automatically, or how are you doing that?
The chat messaging approach, you mean, that I use? Um, what the concept is, I mean, in 20 end of 2021, um, the the market, especially with COVID, has become so much more sophisticated. 3 4 years ago, talking to people who was in it then, you could go on, they go, "Hi, how's your business? I see you're in affiliate market. We're both entrepreneurs. What's your goals for the next 6 months?" Now that worked then because it was, it was not many people were doing, especially the organic side, because it was just being born, in terms of groups and things like that. You, um, it's a bit of a grey area with some people who are content only and some who are cold outreach in this industry, as you well know. Um, I'm a big believer that you have to have an equal balance of both. But the way you deal with chat messaging now, and the way I've been taught that works for me, is you go in, you be human, and you build intimacy and show that you care before you even put any links out there. Anyone comes on and spams with a link straight away, even in my own, when I'm doing my own outreach, they get blocked, basically. I know that's harsh. Bitcoiners, I'm sorry to any Bitcoiners, they they just don't help my business, and I do find that they never want to hear about you. So, but in terms of building intimacy, getting to know someone on a two-date system is what we use, and then taking them through. If you feel you can help them to a sort of 15-minute call, qualify them, see if it's a fit for both onto a sales call.
Okay, so that's an interesting approach there. I like what you said there about the Bitcoin spammers, because I've spoken to other marketers who say they try to still befriend these people and try to perhaps educate them on the right way of doing things rather than just binning them off. Personally, I'm more inclined to do what you do because there aren't enough hours in the day. If somebody is going to spam me, then they're gone, and I'll spend my time on somebody else. But you talk there about building that intimacy with somebody when you're speaking to them for the first time. So, what sort of approach do you take then when you have an initial conversation with somebody? And are you doing the same thing for an incoming conversation as you would for a conversation that you're doing the outreach for?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same concept. You want, what I tell my clients is treat them like you're having a cup of coffee with them, or you just meet them face to face. You wouldn't walk up to someone, meet them at coffee, shake their hand, and go, "I've got this business. Look at it. Look at it." You know. Nor would you go, "Yeah, sit down. Do you want sugar in your tea? So, how long you been doing your business? What is it you do? What are your goals in the next 6 months?" They'd be like, just going to the toilet and probably disappear. It's it's about treating people like humans. The trust factor for me since COVID, because this sector is such low barrier to entry. Um, and I know I've read it, and other marketers have spoken to me about it, that people were furloughed, they lost their jobs, so they thought they'd come in. They were buying courses for like $200, $300 and selling them for 2 grand with no coaching experience, no nothing. These poor people were buying them, not getting responses and getting their fingers burnt. So that is why the sophistication, I personally think, has come in. That is why people are more wary of you. The amount of people you chat to now who are in affiliate marketing who have one word answers, probably not going to make it in affiliate marketing if you can't have a conversation. But you can't blame some of them because they're on that back foot straight away. They've had 3 in a row. What are you doing? Do you want to do this? Do you want to come and see what I'm doing? Here's my link. You never ever, even if you ask them to come into your Facebook group, which I'm a big believer in Facebook groups, you do not just say to them, here's my Facebook group. Do yourself a favor, add yourself to theirs first to show courtesy. Do yourself a favor and say, I've got this group. I would love to have you aboard. Can I send you the link? If not, totally cool. That is not spamming. That is helping people. And when they're pushing things on you, you're going to get the buyer defense mechanism woo-woo in their head. It's just the alarm, the amygdala it's called. It's in the middle of your head. I did a post on it. That's the only reason I know. It's like your siren, I'm being sold to. So that is why we have this approach, and it works efficiently. We find the right people. Obviously, that's massively important. The avatar research, I think, probably the biggest pain people have.
I think that it is a problem that we do have in the organic affiliate marketing industry, in that there does seem to be an increasing number of people now who are in affiliate marketing, more specifically high ticket affiliate marketing, and they all seem to be going after the same pool of potential customers. For all of the bluster out there that you're fishing in a blue ocean, it does seem very red, or a lot of marketers' approach does seem to be very red. So what would your first sort of few exchanges be with somebody then that can help differentiate you from the rest of the marketing industry who are trying to, you know, get that same customer that perhaps you've identified would be a good fit for the program or your coaching?
So I mean, they all tend to go for the same avatar. When I do my avatar research, it all comes from that. You've got to make sure, first of all, it's someone that you resonate with. Would I go for a coffee with them? I know I keep bringing up the coffee thing, but it's a 2-date system that we use coffee, and then if you come onto a second date, chat with them again. It's like taking them someone for dinner, where you get to know them a bit. You've got a bit more intimacy. So you've got to make sure you resonate with them. You've got to have a feel. You've always got to have that feeling. It's something we teach in depth. That, can I help this person? Are they a Happy Tuesday brigade? Are they a copy? Go on to Google, find best quote of the day, and then just post that constantly, because they won't be making any money. You don't need people like that. You've got to think of your algorithm as well. You don't need people not going to engage and things like that. So we dig deep into geographically where they are. We dig deep into what stage they're at. Everybody's going to show you how to make 7 figures. Everybody's going to show you how to get a 10K a month, and they've been doing it a month themselves. So which can work in your favor, because they obviously do need educating. You do get a lot of feedback. A lot of people are put off when you get someone approach you and say, hi, you're in affiliate marketing. I'd love you to check out what I'm doing. Would you take a look? Straight away. So I go, yeah, let me have a look at what you're doing. And then I go back with, just curious, I'm not being pedantic here or anything. Does this approach work for you? If you had a better way, and cut a long story short, if you had a better way of approaching people and got more results, would you try it? So a lot of people disregard that straight away. Okay. If they just come on and put nothing and just spam, they're gone. But there are some people that do need educating on that. So you can take it from the first start of the conversation. So if they approach you with that, the way that what is so important is that you do your due diligence before you even think of adding these people. Okay, so you do your research on the profile, you study the profile, you do your due diligence. So you take an actual interest in their posts or what they've going on. You get a feel for them. At the end of the day, you're entering their world. Okay, so you want to come in as a human, as a friend. So doing your due diligence, what I tend to do is find a post that I like and I agree with and make a comment on it. So when you get on Messenger, just like I say, I love what you said about lead generation on your post. That is brilliant. Totally agree with the bit about building intimacy or whatever they've put. Did you come up with this yourself? So compliment. And they're like, he actually cares about me. He actually read what I'm about instead of going, are you in affiliate marketing? When it's splattered all over my thing, I'm high ticket affiliate marketing. I mean, so many
Yeah.
people do that. So
Or ask you where are you from
yeah, where am
when
I from?
it, when
Obviously,
you
yeah,
know you've just checked into a restaurant which has got the address
yeah,
splattered all over it. Where
exactly.
where are you from? Yeah,
It's unbelievable that these people are getting taught this. I feel sorry for them because they're all this rehashed crap that was working 3 or 4. Like I said earlier, working 3 or 4 years ago. People are still using it, and more worryingly, people are still teaching this.
yeah, yeah. There is a lot of rehashed information going on because I think people just automatically think that this is easy, right? You just do a few posts, add a few people as friends, regardless of who they are, send them a message, ask them if they're involved in online marketing, send them your link, and they're going to become a customer. But there is, there is a lot more to it than that because there are so many people doing this now. You need to be able to do something which positions you above these hordes of other marketers and to actually demonstrate some credibility, some authority, and that you're actually getting some results, not just for yourself, but you're actually in a position where you're helping other people, not just saying you're helping people make $10,000 a month. I've said it numerous times in posts that everybody's helping, but nobody's making any money. And I think that is true for a large percentage of the online marketing industry or the organic online marketing industry as it is at the moment. So when you're approaching somebody, then you're doing the outreach now. You're uh, are you sending them a message after they've accepted your friend request, or are you waiting for them to send you a message first and then you respond accordingly? How do you approach
Mm,
that?
I never, ever, ever, I never recommend messaging someone until they've accepted you. Again, it's for me, it's like they're coming in your house without knocking. That's just how it feels to me. It's all about being human, and what you do online is what you do offline. So I I know, a lot of people say go in straight away as soon as I had you as a friend, get in there and get chatting. I don't do that because I like to see what they're about first. I like conflab and genuinely show that I am interested in what they're doing. I'm a big believer in this. I say it a lot of posts. You must in any being a salesman so many years, detach yourself from the trophy. Detach yourself from I've got to make money. I've got to make money. If you can attach yourself to solving a problem, your life as a marketer, um, certainly in any form of affiliate market, is going to become a lot easier because it will just come to you. People have this knack of knowing you want to sell me. But if you be obsessed with helping them and caring, it's a game changer in your business. I did a post on it, I think, a couple of days ago, and so many people agree with me. You know yourself. If you don't sell to people anymore, you diagnose. You're a problem solver, and that's if you can look at yourself like that, you are going to be more successful. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. One thing, just to go on from that, where you say about the diagnosing the problems is, so you're having a conversation with somebody, or you're trying to have a conversation with somebody in the messenger. You're trying to establish where they're at currently in their business. But the usual defense mechanism for affiliate marketers who have got programs to sell is that they're just going to automatically tell you that everything is fine and dandy. They're helping you make $10,000 a month, even though they're waiting to make their first $1,000 sale. So when you're going through the process there, how do you try to overcome those obstacles then, and encourage these people who you're talking to actually open up and tell you the truth, so that you're in a position where you can help them and move them forward?
Transition. Um, the system we're using, that Sis and I coach, is that the first 5 or 6 um, to and fros are literally just finding out about them. Okay. There's a difference between building intimacy and rapport. Rapport, people say you shouldn't be wasting your time with rapport. Just get in there. People haven't got time. You should, because it's built on trust and honesty. So, sometimes I do, if they've reached out and you can tell they're sort of, yeah, I need some help, I will then go into the second date straight away and say, look, I can help you then. Is it lead gen you're struggling with? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, there's something I used to suffer with, struggle with. I've got some training on it. If you're happy to jump on a 10-15 minute call, it won't be a sales call, there'll be no money on the table on that call. I'm happy to point you in the right direction. And I will send you some free training with it, because I've got training set up that I've done over the time that I've recorded. If we don't get that far, I always stop before it gets too friends only. I'm aware of their being busy, me being busy. So I said, like, I've got to go, I've got a call, or I've always got something to do. And then I approach them. It gives me a chance to look at what they're doing. So if they're putting on some decent posts, but they're getting no, engagement, not happy Tuesday, love it. A girl I know, they put on a bottle of wine and put, I haven't had a drink now for a year or whatever it was. So she was really proud of herself and showing her vulnerabilities. Then, one of the bot brigade come along. Brilliant post. I'm having a bottle of wine as well. Obviously didn't read it. You know what I mean? So it weren't a bot, but so it's all down to reading what they're doing. So you get a feel for them. And then I might go back with, so, hi, how's you doing? Thought I'd touch base with you. At this stage, I'd love to. You get a feel they'd be great in my group. So don't just let anyone in my group. I want to add people that could take value from what I'm doing and add value to my group. It's not just about me. I love what you've got going on. I've just noted this is an example. I've just noted your content is really good, to be fair, but you're not getting the engagement I thought about. Call me if I'm being totally out of order here, but it's something that I used to struggle with, and I can help you. Then you go into offering the help. You're not saying, right, join my group. You're offering them. You're not telling them. You're giving an open question. Totally cool. If not, make it easier for them to say no. And if you can do that, they don't feel pressured. The buyer defense doesn't kick in. They don't feel pressured. And so many people that say, like you said then, yeah, it's going fab. I've got my mentor, and yeah, I'm really pulling up trees. So you're on your third day. But yeah, it's approaching with trying to help them. They might just do the one word answers. You get that a lot, and all I send there is, look, I know you're busy. I'm totally not here to pitch to you. Okay. It's not my style. This is what I put. Not my style. If you want me to get your inbox, I'll happily do so. But in this industry, we just connect with each other. Some are support, some are prospects. So I'll just tell you where I am. And then they suddenly open up to you. It's remarkable how Johnny one word turns into no probs, dude, and tells you about their nan in Australia and things like that. So it's the way you come across. And if you're honest, that is one thing: honesty, trust, intimacy. If you can build that without being spammy, you could say to them, have you got a group? No. Have you thought about getting a group? So they're massively powerful for me. And I'm a big, especially with the way Facebook are going in the next 5 years. Zuckerberg is an engagement freak. Basically, he wants engagement to put his ads out there. So the groups are going to become bigger and bigger within Facebook. I don't know what's going to happen with Meta, but it doesn't get things to change that much. So yeah, just say to them, well, I've got a group. I think you'll get some really good value, and I'd love people like you on board. I can send you the link if you want. If not, it's not a problem. So see the way, again, you deliver it. Instead of going, I've got a group. Do you want to join it? Here's a link. They'd be like, oh, here we go again. Thought you weren't going to be like this. So it's all about doing it properly. And this is what we go through in two modules. There's two actual modules in my program, because the philosophy of it, the mindset of it, is what I got taught as well. So it's powerful if you get it right.
Yeah, it sounds it as well. I like that approach actually because it's a little bit more of a softer approach overall. In that you've identified that there's an area of struggle, but you're not directly calling them out on it and telling them that they're doing things wrong. It's a bit more of a softer approach just to let them know that things could be a bit better and you've got the solution for that. And I think if you're approaching it that way, then they're going to drop their guard a little and they're going to be a bit more receptive to, at the very least, having a conversation with you, which could lead to a sales call and potentially them being a customer. So yeah, I do like that approach because I know there are lots of ways on how people approach the messaging. Some are more direct than others, and I think it's about finding that something that works for you.
Works for you, yeah. You've got to take in consideration the market being a lot more sophisticated, a lot more clued up nowadays. I used to have the direct approach. I've tried it, didn't work for me. I was literally, as COVID went on, I literally found people were starting to ghost me more. They're more likely to ghost you with more direct. They'll think about it and thought he's just. I've had another one who's just done the same. So they're more likely to ghost you, and then they'll go back. Oh, there's that Davies. I can have a chat with him. So for me, it works. I'm not calling it out. It works for some people, but that's really what I teach people. Anyone doing my offer, it's worked for me. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps with the whole COVID scenario, with more people coming online looking for an alternative, perhaps they've had some difficulties at work, or there's been some rumblings that there may be job losses or furloughs and things like that. Surely over the past 12 months, a lot more people have come into online marketing in some aspect because they're looking for that alternative in case the worst happens. So you would think that perhaps they would be more receptive to a more direct conversation because there's a level of urgency there that wasn't there pre-COVID, but you're not finding that's the case. They're still looking for a more conversational approach.
Yeah, I think when you look at people who have never done anything like this, they've seen an ad on you, ad come up, and make 10K a month. When they're used to, like I used to be, I used to just, I've got two Facebook. One's my private one, which I very rarely, I only go in there for my football, to be honest, and keep in contact with my southern friends. Don't really go in there much, but they're used to down the pub swigging beer. They're used to women in the corner of the pub pouting, oh, I'm at the hospital for attention. Or the only people that DM it is their mums, their friends, where are we going to meet? So, and all of a sudden, you start getting, hi, how are you? This random bloke from um, Austin, Texas, going, hi, how's things with you? And you're like, who the hell are you? Where'd you get me from? Oh, he's a spammer. You hear about it. You hear about it. And once you get in my, I'm going to delete him just in case there's a link he'll put on and my computer will blow up. So I think from that side of it, when I first started coming in, suddenly you put anything about on your profile, you get swarmed with it. So you're in the world of affiliate market where you do have to network, you do have to talk to people. But these people who have not done anything, have just used Facebook to go in their football group or have a look at eyebrows and things like that. They're not used to complete strangers pitching at them. So it is, yeah, it's like when you used to go to Tenerife in the old days and all the timeshare people used to drag you literally into the houses. You were like, Jesus, what's this all about? Because you weren't used to it. You weren't used to it. And I think that's why when they have a few doing that, of course, they're going to be on their defensive. So when they get into affiliate market, it's going to happen, but they're going to sell to you still. And I think that's my opinion on why that is.
That's actually a good explanation because I think if you've been involved in online marketing for quite some time now, like you and I have been involved overall in some aspect for well over a decade, and you just take all this stuff for granted. You don't really approach social media like a normal person would. You've always got your marketing head on, and yeah, I think it's easy to forget sometimes that the vast majority of people don't have that experience and that mindset when they come into social media. What I'd like to talk a little bit about now, just to move on, is how you made that transition then from being an affiliate marketer who is having some success with selling through Messenger, getting people onto sales calls. How did you then move on then to creating your own offers, your own products, and becoming more of a marketing coach rather than an affiliate marketer?
It started when the program that I was with, I'm not going to name the names, put their price up ridiculously for the value that people get, and I stopped believing in it. They then cut the commissions right down to, they put it up to nearly 5k, and I didn't, as a salesperson, with anything online, offline, with sales, you've got to really believe in what you're selling. That is, it's totally no brainer for me anyway. Um, so I was thinking, what do I do? Do I go and join another program? I was ready to invest again, and I spoke to a lad that used to give me sort of mindset stroke sales coaching to do with mindset, and he did the same a couple of years ago, and he said, "Why are you looking for?" He said, with your content, with the way you approach things, with your success, why don't you have your own offer? And you can help people to do it, and you can make more money when you bring people yourself into the course. And it wasn't about the money; it was just about the fact that if I'm an affiliate marketer, I still feel like I'm working for someone at that point. The real I turned 50 by then, and the real calling for me was I really love to do the coaching online. I enjoy the sales calls. I love giving a bit of coaching. So I sort of set myself, I put it out there um, to people, obviously being new in coaching, but with my experience in sales, motivating skills, mindset, and investing then in one of the best coaches for what I wanted to do is, especially with chat, avatar, um, and building a business, predictable business. So I decided to invest in him, and I was going to sort of give it a month. So I wanted it. I didn't want to overload it with videos. I'm not about that. I'm about one-on-one coaching. So I got a platform and I started doing the videos, and then someone approached me, my first client, through the content I'd written. And I thought, wow, this is brilliant. So they come on board, and she was a blesser. She's done fab. She got a first sale within 3 weeks, second sale within 8 weeks. Not done high ticket affiliate marketing before. And she was great a coach. I couldn't have asked for a better person to start. Yeah. Then someone else approached me. And I really was only looking for really one person in the first month. If that, because I was happy at GC, I'd put money aside to get this going. And then within another month, I suddenly had 5, 6, 7. And then I started and growing from there with my content, with my chat messaging, still doing videos to this day. Still upgrading them all, every time I'm learning or I found something new. It was just someone gave me the, why do you want to go and do it for someone else? You keep telling me you love coaching. Why don't you do it yourself? All right, you'll get sneers at people. He hasn't made 50 grand a year yet. I know how to sell high ticket commissions. I know how to coach people and get them into close calls. My conversion's good on that. I can write content. And I really wanted to get them there more than I wanted to get myself there at times. So it was my calling. I'm a big believer in what you give out, you get back. I do give. There's a I can't remember who the quote was from. always give someone more value than they pay you for. And that always stuck in my mind. And I do. I don't give over value, but I do believe it's paying me back now. So it's the best jump I ever did. It was a massive uh, bungee jump straight out of my comfort zone, but that's what got me to where I was at Philip Marketing. And if you're not prepared to do that in anything, you're never going to, nothing happens in that comfort zone. I learned that in the last year. I really did. But so I just dived in. I did my study, I did my coaching, I did mindset coaching, and then I'm now starting to get customers coming in regularly. So that are serious about um, starting a sustainable, um, predictable results business.
Just to go back a sec to your first steps into coaching, how did you successfully differentiate yourself then from the numerous other, well, they're just affiliates, they're high ticket affiliates, but they say that they're a coach. So how were you able to position yourself in a way that made you stood out as an actual coach, so you were able to get those first few coaching clients in, rather than them going off and just choosing one of these other numerous affiliates out there who are masquerading themselves as a coach?
I think by then my content um, and my group were gathering. I built my tribe. I built a lot of people that loved what I was doing genuinely. Um, and the first couple of people approached me. I said, "Look, this is what I've got planned. I want to do it different in the way that the support factor from speaking to many people, and I think you'll agree, and many other affiliates, that a lot of programs don't have support. There's, the big names, certainly, until you upgrade to about 10 grand, they don't want to hear of you. So I wanted that one-off payment. I didn't want it too high. It's obviously in beta now. I don't want it too high. Um, I wanted to give one-on-one coaching, and I wanted a process. Now, I laid down what I wanted to do to the people um, that I'd built trust with already, and I think it was build. It's all about building that trust. So when Kerry was bringing people in, my first student, um, she was doing it of the same ilk. She was going out to being trusting, building intimacy, which was good for me as well. So I am choosy who I work with. This is why you do build intimacy on chat, on a triage call before you go into an hour clarity strategy call, whatever you want to call it. So it's not about, for example, I had an old couple that have been following for me for a while, and they've been asking me things on chat. So I said, "Do you want to jump on a call?" They were nearly 80, husband and wife. And they said to me, "We really want to do what you're doing. Everyone keeps saying you're going to make money online." So I was saying, "Okay, so have you got a Facebook account?" "Oh, no." "Can you explain this Facebook to you?" I said, "I'll stop you there. I'd dearly love to help, but there's no way I can help you. You're just not ready for this. Um, you know, if you want to do something online, um, I don't know what I said actually, because there's nothing. If you don't know what Facebook is, I said, look, it is quite. You have to not be techie, but you really do need to know what Facebook is. It's a massive part of the whole web. Okay, so they were lovely and said, "Oh, thank you for being honest and that." But I can bet your bottom dollar someone would have bit their hand off for whatever few grand they were selling it for, and that worries me. And I wanted to be different from that. I wanted to find people and really find that solution for them. If I couldn't help them, I would point them in the right direction. And I think if I stick to my morals on that, and I will only take people on board who I can 100% help, who want to take action, who who are obsessed with helping, not selling. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and it is very refreshing to see an honest high ticket affiliate, high ticket marketing coach, who has those morals and isn't just going to try to sell every single customer or potential customer who comes their way. I think it is about finding the right solution for the right person and not just being so desperate for the sale just so you can take that nice income screenshot and post it on your social media.
And down the line, I've got to coach these people as well. And I don't want them to put in a position of, well, I'm not learning anything. Yeah, because you're not taking action and you haven't, a lot of people get it in their head if they do something, like if they join a gym psychologically, they'll think, right, I've joined that gym. I'm not going, but I've joined the gym. So their mind, their subconscious tells them, well, you've joined the gym. That's a good start losing weight. It's the same with this. I've taken that step and not do anything. Even now I've had people do 2% of the course, not done anything, not gone in training, not took action. And they wonder why they're not doing anything. So you've got to make sure that they're coachable as well. And this is the things I look for. Are you coachable? Are you going to take action? Are you, are you clear on what you're doing here? Otherwise, you'll get people trying to do chargebacks and things like that, where Stripe are pretty good on that lately. If you can prove they've had the offer of coaching, they're not going to give you the money. People have got businesses to run. I know I'm harsh and truthful about it, but they're not just going to go, oh, I've done it for 3 months. They could just be recording all your hard work and then just try and do a chargeback. But luckily, I tend to only take Stripe because the support you get off Stripe. So yeah, it is. You've got to think you've got to coach these people, but if you stick to the honesty factor, show your vulnerabilities, massive thing. People want to see you human. Whether you're a coach, whether you're an affiliate, whether you're a CEO of a company, show you're human. People resonate with you more.
Yeah, that's some good advice as well, especially that you do have to treat this like a business, and you have to be wary that, yeah, it's all well and good taking a sale of several $1,000s from somebody, but that's not where it ends. That's just the beginning. You've actually then got to try to work with these people as well and help them get the results that they were initially promised. So it sounds like you have had something of a whirlwind year overall. But what are your plans then for the next 12 months or so?
Right, we got some big things happening because what I'm doing, I'm taking the academy, the affiliate market, BizOps Academy, up a level. I am going to be offering workshops on just the chat messenger if people are not ready or just struggling with that aspect, content writing and sales. So they will be more of a low ticket for people that are not. My eye will always be on the coaching. I'm going to be doing 2 higher ticket programs. One is going to be I haven't named them yet, a platinum one for people who really want to scale up and run a professional business with pretty much round the clock one-on-one support with me. So there's the gold package, which has got a lot of one-on-one Zoom coaching, 2 lives a week. That is going to be what is now the gold package. And then I'm going to do a mid-ticket one. So we're moving through, but all of these are going to have a process. I'll be launching these in January. One thing I do promote in the program, which I know there's gurus out there who don't let people close sales calls. They'd rather keep the affiliates and do it themselves. A lot of the customers, I always talk with them, have got aspirations and goals beyond affiliate marketing. They love it and love it and love it, but they get to the stage and think, why am I that good? Or I love coaching. Why don't I try it? If they're in, they've got to have some success first. So I eventually want a back end product. This will always be my sort of baby, as it was. I want to do a back end problem to help people through the journey of going coaching themselves. I'm not bothered if they don't sell my packages. It's more of a coaching thing. So if they're doing health and wellness or anything like that, I'd like to show people the method that I use that has worked for me. So that's the whole thing of this is sustainability on a business, the opportunity to earn some passive income, and the fact that I want to show them every aspect. If you're going to run your own coaching business, you need to know how to talk to people on the phone. You need to know how to use organic messaging. Eventually, when they do want to scale up to 50K plus, whatever, then look at doing paid ads. Paid ads is great if you've got the money and you know what you're doing, and I mean really know what you're doing. I must stress that. If you're joining programs and they're telling you, this really annoys me, David. They're telling you, yeah, all you got to do is put $5 a day on this. Just put people that like affiliate marketing and put it out there as an ad. Okay, you are going to get your fingers burnt. You're going to spend hundreds. I know so many people that have got their just losing money. They're stressed. They haven't just got a bleeding wound. They've got like half their head chopped off with pain because they are caning so much money. So stay away from ads if you don't know what you're doing. When you're in that position, you can then get someone to do it for you. You can start delegating. So, ads aren't a bad thing, but you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to scale that. You know yourself. You need about $1,000 to scale and find out what is your right ad. So please, 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 people, be careful when you're doing paid ads with people that make you plastic promises.
Yeah, that is some sage advice there. So if anybody wants to try to avoid having a life-threatening neck wound when it comes to rogue advertising methods, where is the best place for them to get in contact with you?
With me, DM is all. My Facebook's always, Messenger's always open. My page is DK BizOps, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head because I just send links. And Dave at Affiliate Marketing BizOps Academy. Sorry, it's just Dave at Affiliate Marketing BizOps, BIZOps.com. But you'll always find me on Facebook. Feel free to join my group as well. You get loads of tips. David's in there. And yeah, like yourself, David, over the years, me and you have chatted a lot, sort of over the journey. And, don't just go for prospects. It's great to meet people like David. You'll get people support you and you'll learn off other people too. So don't disregard everyone if then you don't think they're a fit for you. So, but yeah, we've had some good chats, some about football, some about steaks. You tend to find all the best steakhouses.
Yeah, that's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me on the episode today, Dave. I'll also put a link to all of your resources in the show notes as well, so people will have easy access to them if they want to get in touch with you. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolute pleasure,
We've
my friend.
had a really good chat on all things organic marketing, especially the messenger side of things as well, which I know so many people get disastrously wrong. So hopefully they've got something out of today's call with regards to that. So I think we'll end things there. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be getting up to over the next 12 months, because your content is always spot on as well. And I'm sure you're going to keep everybody updated along the way. So thank you once again, and I'll chat with you very soon.
Thank you for having me on, Dave, and thanks everyone for watching. Been an absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed it.
Please visit internetmarketingrevealed.com and davidwalker.net for more free content. If you need a domain name for your business, visit domainsrevealed.com, where you'll find more than 1,000 premium domains. And finally, please rate and review this podcast. Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode.